up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Nobody Asked Us with Des and Kara, presented by Brooks Running. Smash that subscribe button, hit like, give us your follows, give us your time. How do you like that energy? Let's go.
I love that. When Colt was little, he used to make YouTube videos and he'd go, like and subscribe.
Yeah,
And you just sold that.
Smash that shit. Pow.
Oh, that's good. Good.
All right. I feel like we're getting better at these. They're so fun now.
It's only been 2.5 years. We should be decent.
I love it. I think it's got to be fun. Like, what kind of energy and stupidity are you going to get when you listen to this pod? You're like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. But I guess I will smash that subscribe.
I will smash. I have felt a lot of pressure since you called me a librarian.
Yeah, that one was like,
you were like, what?
Proper.
So now I feel a lot of pressure.
This is going to be tame.
Cannot bring that energy ever again.
No. Yeah.
Ever.
I mean, it's a fun surprise. And then you turn it up afterwards. We usually get into some fun stuff. A lot of giggles.
Yeah. Lots. Okay. Anyway, how are you?
I'm good. I'm great.
You had a nice mellow weekend.
Yeah. We had a little preview show discussion.
Yeah.
I had a mellow weekend at home, sleeping in my own comfortable bed, the luxury of the house, clean floors. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was great. How was your weekend?
Okay. I had the best weekend. My nephew, Bryce Wilcox, got married to his now wife, Madison, and he got married in Milwaukee.
Congrats.
And it was so awesome. You know what, Des? I don't know. Maybe someday we'll have to talk about our weddings. But like, I got married 24 years ago. And like, I wanted to get married outside. And that seemed like that was like crazy.
Yeah.
But now I've been to like Emma Coburn's wedding on the beach in Hawaii. Shalea Kip got married up on Flagstaff Mountain. My nephew got married in an Audubon Society. And as you walked outside, it was so beautiful. And then as you walked to the reception, they had a bald eagle, a hawk, and this is my favorite thing, a one-eyed owl.
No way.
Because Bryce and Madison have a one-eyed cat, so they had this little one-eyed owl. I was like, these kids are just like doing their own thing. Like, no more rules. There's no rules anymore. But no, it was an awesome wedding. It was beautiful. They had like great dinner and then dancing. And like, I think I've said on the pod, I love dancing. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I'm going to dance hard until there's a song I don't know. And then I'll just take a break. 2 hours later, I was like, I mean, they were playing ABBA. They were playing like
it's a live band.
Chapel Rowan. No, it was just like a DJ, but it was like every song was just hit. It was so awesome. And I have to say, I was super proud of my mothering skills because Colt knew every song.
Nice.
He was just dancing like a madman.
And he wasn't afraid to dance. He was like, I want to get out there.
No, he danced the whole time.
Loved
And it was so fun because my nephew kept coming over and dancing with him. And like, he looks up to my nephew because he's
so ready for high school.
He's like a grown up and he's like his big his big cousin. Yeah. But then of course he was the groom. So yeah, he's ready. He had his like tie off. He had it on his head at one point.
Do you think he'll go to his dances like right away?
Oh, he was like, I'm so sad I can't go to any of the dances because I'm an underclassman.
Oh, is he not allowed to? He needs to get an older girl to invite him.
I guess so. Like, I don't know. Is that how it works for prom? I was like, I think you can go to homecoming no matter what.
Homecoming for sure, but you can get like a senior, I think, has to invite you. So
he goes, well, there's a friend of mine. Yeah, he goes, a friend of mine. He said he's probably going to go to prom alone. So maybe he could just ask me as like a joke, but then we could go together. I was like, okay, whatever. Anyway.
there's workarounds for sure.
I was so proud of him. He danced the whole time. So anyway, it was so
Were
fun.
You sore after?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
All three of us. Because Adam loves to dance too. The next day he had a long run. I was super proud of him. He got up and we had already told him he only had to go 7. And then I ended up running with him because I got scared because I was like, well, I hadn't run outside since I ran with you.
Yeah. So
Milwaukee.
What kind of area? What was the arrangement?
Oh God. Okay. So we were supposed to stay at this Fairfield Inn where all of the other wedding people were staying. There was like 3 hotels together, a Residence Inn, I want to say like a Hampton and a Fairfield, and they all shared a big parking lot. But they had all this flooding in Milwaukee. And so we got displaced. We found out 2 days before. And so I'm just like on the map, just trying to find a hotel somewhat close. I don't know if I should name the hotel or not, but
you don't have to.
I find this hotel. I'm like, sweet, they have rooms. I tell my mother-in-law. I tell my mother-in-law's brother, Adam's uncle, who's super famous runner himself, Bob Becker, who just at 80 ran Badwater. Anyway, I'm like, this is where we're going to stay, like rearrange, we'll be here. So my mother-in-law gets there Thursday and she's like, this place is a dump. And I'm like, I've never traveled with her. So I'm like, well, I don't know like how bougie she is. Like, I don't know what her requirements are. And I've stayed at some dives like in my running career. So I'm like, I don't know. And then Friday, Bob calls me and he's like, Kara, I can't even walk inside. And I'm like, oh shit, like this is probably pretty bad. So he goes driving around town. Everything is sold out. There's multiple weddings, a convention in town, some sports thing going on. And he's like, well, we're stuck here. So we get in Saturday and like we just have time to like quick shower and change, iron everything out and go to the wedding. And I'm just like keeping my head down. I refuse to look around. That night we get back, we just get in the beds. And then Sunday morning we like go for a run and then we're like packing up to leave. And finally I start looking around. Des, I cannot wait to send you photos. There is on the bed that I cold slept on some bodily fluids on the comforter. God. There's bodily fluids on the dresser. There's mouse poop. There are candy bars under the edge of the counter, half eaten, just on the floor, just like on the edge, like tucked against where the counters are. Like I'm like dry heaving. I mean, it's like
the story's making me dry heave a little bit. Like
there was mold in the shower on the curtain. There's like I just was like, as soon as we were leaving, I finally had my meltdown. But I was like kept it together until then because like Cole was like, I think there's bed bugs. Like he was checking the beds and he was like, it looks like someone spilled macaroni and cheese on this bed. I was like, that's the bed you're sleeping
in. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. That's not macaroni and cheese. Leave it.
I'm like, that's your bed. That's the bed you're sleeping in. Don't touch it. It's on the outside. Just slide in and do not. I mean, it was so gross. And this becomes my worst hotel I've ever stayed in, which I told you before. The worst hotel I ever stayed in before was in Seattle. And we get in the hotel room. It's nothing special. It's dark. It's dingy, but it's like relatively clean, whatever. It's super dated. And I just washed my face and I get a clean towel and I dab my face and I pull it back. And there are hairs on there and they're not hairs from on someone's head. They're not head hairs. And they touch my face.
What did you do? I'll be like, Clorox, bleach.
I screaming. And Adam comes in. He's like, oh my God. And it was on other towels too.
That's so not okay.
So this one actually tops that one. And now I need to hear about your worst hotel experience or two. Because you've had them. You travel so much.
Yeah. I think I came up with like 4 like pretty gnarly ones. I don't know which one. That's just like
no, that was the worst until this weekend.
Yeah.
You can't beat that. It beats someone else's private hairs on my face.
That was avoidable though. Like you gotta when you walk into a place and you see it's looking a little shaky, you fucking check everything. Like you need to be shaking out the sheets and like look. We're gonna go to the store and get new towels. Like I blame you a little bit.
You cannot blame me for that.
No,
that is low.
Unless they were yours.
That for sure was not a clean towel.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, yeah. Give me 1 or 2 your worst.
I think I was in Naples, Florida for a race, which sounds like crazy nice. You're like, oh hell yeah, this is
I'm like, that sounds nice. Yeah. Vacay after.
It was definitely, I don't know, at the lower end, like motel.
Okay.
Whatever. But it was like you could walk straight through it. Like one door to the outside and you could walk to the parking lot and then straight through the room. And then there was another door and you could walk out towards like this courtyard.
Okay.
So it was like this pass through. It was a really old hotel. Like you could tell because it had like grandma's like bed skirt on it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like old, like it's just like hand me down shit. You're like, this isn't like a hotel decor. This came from someone's home. And they're like, and then like the shower had the shower curtain that was moldy.
Oh yeah.
And in the bottom, like the ring around the drain was completely rusted out. So it's just like all this rust around the tub. So like you're like kind of up against the wall, and then like the wind would like blow through, like because it was just shaky in general. So like
Yeah.
you could get a draft through, and then the shower curtain would sort
No,
of push
no.
on you, and
Oh,
you'd be like,
no.
oh no, but then not like try not to step on the rust and like cut your feet open. And you're just like, I don't need to shower. I know I just ran a half marathon and I got to fly back, but
I think I'm good.
I don't want to have to get a tetanus shot from staying here.
Okay, that is
That
good.
was
Like
high
the
up.
mold on the curtain, we had that at this
Yeah.
hotel this weekend. And so you're trying not to touch that, but you know if there's mold on the curtain, the other side
It's
isn't clean
yeah,
either.
it's like,
Yeah.
right.
You're like trying to stay right in the middle.
Do you wear like shower shoes? Do you bring shower shoes, or you just like?
I stepped out of the shower into my running shoes with no
For
socks
sure.
because I was like,
Right.
I could not step on the floor in there. And I'm usually super
Yeah.
like,
Well, yeah, and like you throw a towel down, you might step on a pube. It's like hair. This towel's hairy.
oh my God. Okay, so that's bad. Give me another one. I need another one. I love it because you have given yourself the reputation of being a bougie hotel person.
That
Which is
was
funny because
hard.
you're so mellow, but you
I
want like
know.
a nice comfortable room, which I get.
There's a handful of things where like I travel so much that there's certain times where I'm just like, okay, if I'm going to do this, like it has to be comfortable. I don't want to go and also be uncomfortable because I'm already uncomfortable
Yeah,
having to
it makes
travel.
sense.
Or
Yeah.
like my car, like when I'm getting a car, I'm like, I need at least one upgrade, like in interior, because this feels like a rental car, and I'm always in fucking rental cars. So like
Right.
little things like that, I'm just like, I don't want to feel like I'm traveling if I'm traveling, which
Right.
is, I get it, it's very bougie.
It's not. It makes a lot of sense.
Otherwise, I'll just stay home because I love my home.
Right.
Like I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
like being here.
Yeah.
All right, another one was at there's a
I'm
couple
already
good.
laughing.
No,
I
this
know what
isn't
you're
even
gonna say.
that bad. It was like just very, very old, but it was at some sort of trail type of event. And so it was on the PCT, and it's like where the people who are doing the long PCT trail hike would like stop and get their packages. And like it's probably one of the nicest hotels around, but it was not. It was just so old
Mm.
and musty and
Ugh.
creaky. And you get like a big key to open the door. You're like, okay, this isn't a great start. I hope I don't lose this. And it's kind of heavy, but okay, whatever. And like you open it up, and I walked in, and like a light fell out of the ceiling, and like
No
all
way.
this, like I'm sure it was asbestos. It's just like falling down. I was like, oh god, like for sure animals are gonna crawl out of there. I mean, the rest of as long as the sheets are fine. I mean, the shower
Right.
wasn't, it was fine. It wasn't rusty clam, which is what I named the other place. But the light falling down and like all of the installation like falling with it, I was like,
No, that's bad. That's really bad.
But
Yeah.
like the people like on the PCT get there and they're like, fuck yeah, heaven. Like this, I've been on this trail for like weeks. I got my package of food, and like I got a
Right,
nice
right.
bed. And so they don't have to do a lot. And so they're
Right.
like, we're just not going to do a lot because people are stoked that this is.
Right. They're just happy to have like a bed and a roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did complain about it a lot, and people were like, do you want to stay somewhere else? I was like, no, I'm fine. I can make it. I'm going to complain a bit, but I'll be fine.
I like a new clean room. I like a sleek, that's what I prefer. Yes. And I want lots of extra pillows, and I want a couple extra towels, but I can do plain as long as it's clean.
Totally.
It's like, okay, it's old, whatever, but as long as there isn't like a light fucking coming out of the ceiling at me, like that is bad. I'm sorry.
It's not great.
That is bad. As long as there's not stuff falling down or like clearly it is unsanitary. But yeah, that is not good. I mean, a light falling down is legitimately like, come on.
When you get in like the bathroom and there's like conditioner and shampoo in the ketchup packet?
Yeah.
You're like, okay. Check the sheets, check the towels, make sure they're good. You open it up and you're like, mustard. Good stuff.
Okay, I really want to sing Milwaukee's praises for a second, though, because I'm making it sound
Yeah, bring it back. Bring it back. I'm sure it's great.
We found this bike path. Adam found it that was like a half mile from the hotel. And I'm like, I'm running you there. I know you're almost 15, but like Adam's like, you can't run. I was like, I can run a half mile down there. Anyway, we get to this bike path. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. I end up running 3 miles out with him. Then I flip back. He went an extra half mile. So many people out running, out biking. And to the two women who said, is that Kara Goucher? That can't be Kara Goucher. Why would she be there? I think it's her. It was me. It was me. But it was beautiful. And I was impressed. There were so many people out running. It was awesome.
That's so funny. I mean, that's awesome, but it's also funny when you hear the whispers as you're going by.
Coco's, they're talking about you. And I was like, I know, I can hear. If you had been there, their heads would have just exploded.
They'd have been like, can you take a photo of us? And I'm like, sure, fine.
But Milwaukee was so cute. And it's on Lake Michigan, right? Lake Michigan's right there. We had breakfast and coffee right by, like, it was the Milwaukee itself. I would go back to in a heartbeat. I would not ever stay at that hotel again.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I'd go back. Yeah.
Nice. Well, it sounds like it was an eventful trip. Memorable.
Memorable, yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
Across the board. That's great. All right. Yeah. What else? What else is going on? Anything else to catch up on? Weekend stuff?
Colt had his first high school race.
Yeah, give us the update.
It was great. So it was like lightning, and I almost missed the race because I got in this really bad. There was an accident in front of me, but they delayed it due to lightning. But
but you weren't in the accident.
I wasn't in the accident, but it took me 45 minutes to go less than 2 miles.
That's
so that I've never been in traffic like that in my life. But anyway, because basically everything was shut down, and then you couldn't go anywhere. But it was a huge meet. They said it's the largest meet in Colorado. There was like a bunch of races, but Colt ended up running in the varsity race, and he was definitely a little overwhelmed, right? Because these kids went out so hard, and he doesn't go out hard. That's not his like thing. And then he was like so much farther back than he normally is. But these kids were a full line. It was up in Colorado Springs, so it's over 6,000 feet. It's like 6,500 feet. It's on the state meet course. It's really hilly. And they enter in this little rodeo stadium and do this little like lap around there. And these kids in the front, they entered and it was still 14 something on the clock. It was like,
oh my gosh,
insane. I think 15:11 or 15:10 was the win. Like these kids are crazy fast. But Colt comes into the stadium and it's like just clicks. It's still, or maybe it's about 16:30. And I just started yelling and he's suffering. He has that face like, what the heck? And I'm like, you're running a huge PR. You're running a huge PR. So he ended up finishing in 17:00.2, which was a 30-second PR.
But the stings, did it sting or was he like, that was great?
I think at first he was just like, what just happened? Because he was like that. I just ran so hard and I'm so far back.
You know what I mean? Boston.
Like, yeah.
I know exactly
You're
what
like,
that's
I just ripped at 226 and I'm where? Yeah. Right? Or did you run 225?
226.
226.
I won my age group.
Yes.
That's
well,
cool.
He ended up winning his age group. He was the first freshman. But I think at first he was just like a little overwhelmed. He was 5th for his team and he's been like 2nd or 3rd at practice. But I was like, honey, this is good. They have like a pack of kids right together. And it's like, if you guys can all improve a little bit, you guys are going to be so good.
That's cool.
But I think he was like shell shocked at first, but then when he found out his time, he felt a little bit better. And then he found out it was so that's where the state meet is. So he found out he broke the school freshman course record there. Okay. And the kid that owns it is a year ahead of Colton, like amazing. He's won everything in middle school. So that made him feel a lot better. Like he was like, wow, I broke Zach's record. Like, okay, that's pretty good. And so by the time we drove home, he was like really happy with it. But I think he was just shell shocked at first. Like he was like not used to being 2 minutes behind the winner, you know?
Right.
It was just like, it's just different.
Step up. I mean, it's like
big step up.
When you go to college, when you go to pro, it's like all of a sudden you're
you always have to like start off again, right? And so I think he just was like, so they have a race on Friday, which is optional, and he's decided he is going to run it because otherwise he doesn't race again until September 13th. And he's like, I think I did a few things wrong. And if I know I could go 1 second faster and be under 17.
Love
so
it.
he's going to race on Friday and I'm excited for him. So anyway, he
Nice.
officially made the varsity team and I'm happy for him. And it also blew my mind how fast high school kids are. Cause
Yeah.
it was just like, it's a whole new league than
High
middle
schoolers
school.
are going pros these
That's
days.
right, Cooper.
Going pro. It's
Cooper
wild.
Lutkin House announced he went pro today, right?
Yeah.
With Nike.
It's crazy. Not
You knew-
surprising, right?
No, not surprising. Like you knew he was going to go pro.
What else are you going to do?
Right. like Paul Mosier from Nike, literally we interviewed him with NBC and then the camera went to interview Bryce Hoppel and Paul Mosier was already like making him an offer. Yeah. He probably didn't leave that stadium.
Right.
But like, yeah, what else is he going to do? He's run 142. So he says he's going to stick with his high school coach. I think that's a good move for right now and good for him. The Colts definitely not at that level.
Well, not yet. This time.
Not even close. But it was good. It was really fun. I'm excited for him. And
nice.
yeah, it's official.
Cool. Well, during that meet, or maybe it was after, I feel like we had a little text thread going on about some trail news. Should we talk about that?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's just dive right into this stuff.
Let's dive into it. I think I was driving to the meet and then I was stuck in the accident. So I didn't get to dive into it until a few days later. But
yeah,
you tell me, how did that even start? Was Chris like there's some drama going on Threads or something?
That's what it was. Because I had seen different responses to this. So Tracksmith came out with a trail line, a shoe, some apparel, a vest, whatever, and did their release. And it was I thought it was a while ago. I didn't think anything of it, to be honest. And then Chris was like, wow, there's some drama with this release or how they're entering the trail space or whatever. And I didn't even really know where to look. And then I think he mentioned Threads, which I rarely use. And I went over there and I was like, holy shit. People are so upset about Tracksmith entering trail. I had no idea. I was surprised.
Okay, well, it surprised you enough that you made a comment, which you rarely do, which I loved, where you were like, oh, welcome to trail. Everybody loves you. Except there's all these rules. Don't break the rules. Then we don't like you, but welcome. It's so much fun over here, but not as me.
Yeah, welcome to the dark side. We're awesome. We eat snacks and we're super inclusive, but as long as you do it correctly. I'm like, well, fuck, I don't know the rules. Please enlighten me. I had no idea there was a specific way that myself and Tracksmith did not know about all the rules, the unofficial rules of entering the trail world.
So I follow ya boy Scott Jurek on Instagram because I just think it's hilarious. And it has whoever does it is hilarious. It does all these memes about trail running. I'm sure there'll be plenty of you when you finally enter that space, but it's funny, right? But they did a whole 6-slide thing, just slamming the Tracksmith thing. And I giggled because it's funny. And, someday they'll pick on me and I probably won't think it's funny. But then I was I did see people were hating on this brand. And I'm like, this is so bizarre to me. People are like, oh, they're just throwing money everywhere and seeing what sticks. Well, if that's true, it'll blow up in their face. You don't have to buy it. What? Who cares? And then people were like, well, they haven't entered the space the right way. I'm like, what the hell?
I didn't know there's a rule book.
Weird to me. And I know that people have issues with Tracksmith, but people have issues with all brands. And I'm like, why is Tracksmith the one that's being singled out as you're not welcome here. You haven't done it right.
Yeah. I think what's wild is specifically, and it seems anyhow, in trail right now, there's all these crazy new brands popping up everywhere. And they're it almost seems like they've come out of Paris Fashion Week and been streetwear and trail and this culture is a big thing, and they're making fashion culture type things and moving into running, and that's not problematic. But Tracksmith extending to trail,
somehow
it was just strange. I'm I've seen so many new brands in trail running and the prices are outrageous and the looks are not something that I find interesting. But apparently Tracksmith can't do it too. It's just really weird, very specific.
I just feel and maybe I'm just uneducated. I'm sure someone will tell us in the comments, but why do you care? Just don't buy it.
Yeah. Well, that's the biggest thing, right?
I find this people are they're just trying to make money or this or that. Well, yeah, they actually all are.
Big
all
part
of them are.
Big part of the brand.
And I also feel and I will make this personal, but we're having these like bizarre ethical standards. Like they haven't done enough for the trail space to be welcomed yet. Okay, well, Nike paid the defense of a coach that they knew had sexually assaulted an athlete and had broken 4 anti-doping rules, but we're cool with them. Like they've been around long enough. We don't care. Like
it's cool.
Like
they paid their dues.
Where are these standards coming from where we're allowed to shop at brands and not others? So I thought it was cool that you entered the space. And I went on Threads yesterday. I was trying to catch up on the flight back, or maybe in the airport on the way back. And I'm like, okay, so all of the Tracksmith stuff, I'm like, wow, we're really getting upset about this. Like, here's an idea. Just like, don't buy it.
Just don't buy it. It's totally cool.
They're going to blow themselves up. Then let them. I mean,
you don't even have to complain. Let them do it themselves.
Yeah. And then also they were attacking like another big thing I saw was attacking a online coaching platform. And once again, I'm like, why do you care? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I need to be more passionate about this stuff, but I'm like, guys, there's a lot of shit going on in the world right now. Who cares if Tracksmith is making trail clothes?
Right.
It doesn't hurt you.
Right.
It does not hurt you.
Yeah, I just have so many problems with it because it's like, if it's not for you, which it sounds like it's not, it might be for the people who are in road to bridge over to trail. Is that problematic? Like, I don't know, just the whole like philosophy around it seemed,
I do think,
short-sighted. But
okay, so I briefly ran in trail and I had 2 different experiences. One, which was that when I ran at the Leadville Marathon, people could not have been nicer. I would not have finished without people were sacrificing their races to help me get to the finish line. I'm going to run with you for a mile and then someone else would come. And I almost didn't go to the awards because in road running, when you like shit the bed, you're like expected to be embarrassed, you know? And I was embarrassed. And they were like, no, you have to come. It could not have been more welcoming. I'm so glad I went. But I also had this other experience where I ran for a brand for a while that is mostly trail. And not everyone, but some of the people treated me like I wasn't real.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're a road runner, like just having fun with this, but like we live it.
Right.
And it's kind of like, what the fuck, guys? It's running.
Yes.
Like, so I kind of can see how, and I'm sure maybe trail people feel that way about road too. I don't really know, but it was interesting to me that I had this one experience that was incredibly welcoming, incredibly supportive. But I had this other experience where it was like, I never truly fit in and I was never truly accepted because I came from the roads. And it was like, what the fuck, guys? I just want to run and have fun.
Yeah.
Like, I love running. Don't we all just love running? Like what's
yeah, but
happening?
You don't like it like us.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. No, that like genuinely makes me a little nervous. And I'm always saying that in conversations when I talk about it. I'm like, I don't expect it to be easy. I don't expect to be like, oh, I'm going to just step in and like be good. Like it's a learning experience and I know it's different and appreciate all that. And I really genuinely do have an appreciation for what the athletes have done. But also I feel like if I don't say that, it's just immediately like, oh, fuck you. And I'm sure it's like there's some people, yes, and then there's plenty of people that are welcoming and inviting and the whole thing. It's just different views on it. But I'm like very, very conscious of it. And then seeing that conversation, I was like, wow, like this is why I feel this way. But I've also had this conversation where I'm like, I think trail really needs a villain character. Like everyone's so fucking nice. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just go in there and be a villain and just be like, I don't care.
I'm gonna blow this shit up.
Yeah,
you guys
watch
are nice.
this.
Well, fuck you.
Watch this. Your snacks.
I don't want your snacks.
Give me more
your hugs.
Yeah,
Get
high performance gels, like whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
I do think the majority of people, the vast majority, are pumped that you're coming.
I hope so. I mean, I think it's just like the loudest people.
It's always a few people that are like, oh, they just think because. Like, I got that. I was like, no, dude, I just want to run Leadville Marathon. I'm not trying to become anything. I just want to run. She thinks she's going to come. And no, I blew my shit up. And I'm like, I just wanted to try something new. Like, but it was literally like 2 or 3 people versus literally hundreds of people that were so supportive and so nice. So it is always the loudest that are the negative. And I do think that especially on social media, like that clickbait and that rage bait, it does. Like the algorithm just pushes it in your face. And you're like, I'm like, why in the hell are people so upset about Tracksmith? Like, just don't buy it. There's so many brands I would not
really
buy
easy
from.
solve, yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't make me upset. It's just like, oh, that's not for me.
You know what's super frustrating though? And I was thinking about this. I saw your commentary on just like the general like
what is happening,
sentiment
runners?
around threads and running and stuff in general, like social media in general. It's just like people have learned to play the game so quickly, and like this is the algorithm, and the algorithm does reward that like batshit crazy, and then, like people are just going batshit crazy. You know what I mean? It's like, oh well, I have to get into this thing, and so what kind of bananas shit can I put on the internet so that I can be more popular? And it's like, oh, this is terrifying. Like it makes me want to delete everything and just stay in the woods.
Well, that's the thing. Like, first of all, I just do want to say, I don't care if people have opinions. We literally made a podcast about our opinions. So I don't care if people have opinions, but it just feels like sometimes people just shit on stuff just to shit on stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's like not who, I don't want to do that. And I don't want to get roped into that. So I have more followers. I actually just like to shit in the toilet. I don't want to just shit on everyone else.
A perfect place for it.
Yeah. Like sometimes in the woods if I have to, but really that's it. And it's like, I don't want to just like, if there's something that's real that we need to address in our running community, that feels very different than I don't like this brand and I think they're pretentious and like, I mean, whatever, let them be. Just ignore them then.
Yeah.
And I just think in general, there's been a lot of like hate bait.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Everybody chill down. Everybody could just take a deep breath, poop in the toilet. It's fine.
I want to see someone rewarded for having a reasonable opinion.
Right.
You know, like something right in the middle that's well thought out and like, I don't know. I'm not going to weigh in on either side really, but I'm just going to point out the different sides of it. And then like that goes viral.
Right. That would be amazing.
Never.
Good grief. Okay. We are going to talk about marathon fields today.
We have to.
But we did say we would touch on the sprinting gossip. And now it doesn't even feel relevant. But basically last week there was stuff breaking that we were like, wow, relay camp is going to be awkward for the sprinters. Right?
Yeah.
So basically Gabby Thomas, who won the 200 in Paris and then also won a gold medal on the 4x1 and the 4x4. She said, hey, I believe if you've tested positive in your career, you should never be able to coach. And there's no way of interpreting that other than literally no other way of interpreting, which I agree with her, by the way.
For sure.
There's no other way of interpreting that. And then she's talking about Dennis Mitchell's camp. Dennis Mitchell tested positive. His wife tested positive. He's had athletes test positive. And he is coaching a group right now that's running phenomenally, right?
Really well, yeah.
Yeah. So it was just like she said that. And then there was like a lot of like, coming back at her because she had 3 missed tests years ago and got 1. Anyway, basically the whole thing was like Noah Lyles and Kenny Bernard hate each other. They almost fought on live TV. And now Dennis Mitchell's group is going to be a really camp with Gabby Thomas. And guys, you got to get it together because otherwise that baton's not going to get around the track.
It's not getting around anyway. Let's be honest. Maybe this is the hate they need to just really fucking send that baton into somebody's hand. Just like stick, motherfucker. Like connect.
I'm like, I kind of want to be a fly on the wall at that camp because they all seem like they hate each other right now. And I'm like, you guys, you have to at least be able to pass the baton. Please just pass the baton.
I sort of wish they didn't do all-star 4x1s. I wish they kind of just had to run a trials, like which team made wins, you know, which team won the trials, and that's the one that we're sending. And like, if it's the fastest, probably not because it's not the all-star team, but they can get the stick around.
This is a topic for another day. I like that idea, by the way. It takes out a lot of the politics and it's just like a team that can actually hand the stick to each other. But they're adding the mixed 4x1 this year, I believe.
It sounds like a nightmare.
In addition, so we have the 4x1 and the 4x4. Okay. They added the mixed 4x4. Now they're adding a mixed 4x1. They're talking about adding the 300 hurdles next year and this mile steeple. And I'm just like, Oh my God. Can't we just have like a 4x8 or a 4x15?
Yeah, give me a DMR.
Or a DMR. Do we need more mixed relays?
No.
Can we give some extra medal opportunities to the distance?
Yeah, but then you can get the like Michael Phelps. Oh, I won 7,000 medals because I did the 100, the 101, the 105, the 4x101. Like, okay.
I'm always like I like Gabby Thomas. I'm a fan. So this is not talking down, and she 100,000% is. But she's a 3-time gold medalist from Paris, and she is. But 2 of them are on relay. And I'm not saying that they're less than. I'm just saying like the distance athletes don't have the opportunity to do that. So it's like, well, Grant won bronze. Yeah. In the 10,000.
Right. They need to do it by like meters run.
Yeah. It's just always been interesting to me, even growing up, because I love Jackie Joyner Kersey, and she would hurdle and she would do the heptathlon, or FloJo, she would do the 100 and the 200 and the 4. And like you just see these people racking up these medals, and it's like you could never do. If you're a 1,500 meter person, you can never do that.
There's no marathon in the, good
unless you're Safan Hassan.
That's fair. Yeah. She's like, nope, I blew up your theory.
She shoved it in our face last year.
That's abnormal.
That is very abnormal. Okay. Speaking of that, let's just move to marathon. What are we doing talking about sprints anyway?
I don't know. We should eventually talk about the video with the missed test, but that's another
We can just do it now.
You want to do it now? I mean, you watched it. What'd you think with initial thoughts? She kind of went through test by test and sort of said why they weren't missed tests or what. I don't know if that was her appeal directly to AIU or.
I was pumped that she was So this is Gabby Thomas again. She came out with a statement about coaches, which I completely agree with. And some people were like, well, this is hypocritical coming from someone who had 3 missed tests. So she did this video about her missed tests, and I was pumped that she was addressing it. I didn't think it did her any favors. There was a lot of like, they didn't even call me or this or that. Like, you choose the hour that you're going to be there. So if you decide to go to the movies then, or if you decide to go to dinner or whatever, like you chose that hour. And so she had 3 missed tests in it, and she was able to, she said she felt like she could have argued. Like she felt like all of them were arguable, but she really just needed one. And to give her credit, like she brought it to them and they said, yes, we agree with you. And so then you have to let it go. But I thought this interview this thing she did was going to, hey, this is what I did. And I thought the way it was going to be like, and I never should have done that. And I learned the hard way, but there was none of that. It was like, oh, it was a missed test. And, I was doing this or that. And then she was like, and then they're like, you have 3 missed tests, you're out. And I'm like, what? And they don't care about what your reasons were. I'm like, well, you didn't care each time that you missed the test.
Right.
So yeah, I was pumped that she addressed it, but in the end, I was left a little bit like, oh, Gabby, I wish you had taken some responsibility. But what was your thoughts on it?
I think pretty much the same. I think it sounded like, and again, it was cleared. So who am I to say? Like, totally. This was decided by somebody else, but everything I listened to, it was like, that's nobody else's fault. Like there was like not that much accountability, if any. And I found it really frustrating that she didn't really care about the rules. So like you did a really long video about how the rules, like you never looked into it. You didn't think they really mattered. Which makes me wonder what other rules maybe during that time were kind of like unknown and maybe things were going on. Again, like shouldn't have a positive test, but like you should know the rules. And there wasn't any, like, I didn't know them and I educated myself until it was too late, which was unfortunate. Yeah. But then she educated herself and found a way to get out of it. So
yeah. And she said she hasn't had a missed test since then.
Yeah.
Which I think goes to show, like, if you actually care, it's not that hard. Right?
Right.
I mean, she's definitely being tested more now than she was when she was at Harvard. She's the Olympic gold medalist and a world champion. So she's definitely being tested more now, and she hasn't had a missed test since. So I think it kind of is, for me, it's like, well, that just shows when you care, you don't miss a test. You have one every once in a while. We've talked about this, but you don't have 3.
it was kind of interesting from the NCAA angle as well, because she was like, well, I didn't have an agent.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really your agent's job.
Yeah.
Like, what is USATF doing to make sure collegiates are like, get their head on straight and doing their job? I know, like, if I missed a window or something, they would send you an email.
But
like,
so once you enter to the testing pool, though, you have to do your quarterly submissions.
right.
So
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, I get that she's an NCAA athlete. Like I wasn't in the USADA testing pool at first in college, not till I ran in the Olympic trials. And so like I would get tested by the NCAA, and it was a little bit more different. It'd be like, I show up to practice and they're like, oh, you need to go over there or whatever. It was just super different. But once you enter the testing portal, which it sounds like she ran, because she said I ran a fast time, and then all of a sudden then you have to file where you're going to be. And she talked about her filing. So, and you're getting quarterly updates on, you have to refile every quarter. Yep, that's where I'm going to be. And when you get into a high enough testing portal, then you pick your hour. You guarantee that hour.
And I feel like there's a lot of confusion with the hour where they're not calling you during that hour.
No, you're promising to be for 1 hour a day where you say you're going to be. And my hour was always 6 to 7 a.m. at home, because I know I'm going to be there. I'm not leaving before 7 a.m. or whatever. And if I am, then I change my hour because I have a long run or whatever it might be. But typically, can they come as early as 5? I can't remember anymore. Yeah. So my hour was actually 5 to 6. Same. And more often than not, I got woken up. And that's fine because I knew I was there.
You have to pee.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. And so it's like, they're not going to call you during that hour though.
No.
Because you have guaranteed that hour. The other hour, if they show up, if your hour that you chose,
it's the rest of the day, right?
Right.
It's not like another hour. It's like any other time.
Like any time other than 5 to 6 a.m., because that's the hour I chose, that's the hour you have chosen. If they show up, they will call you and give you time to get to them if you're not where you say you are going to be. Because like life is real. Like, oh, I ran to the grocery store. But in that guaranteed hour, no. You picked that hour. You told them where they were going to be.
So I was a little confused about that. And like, was the movie theater the hour, or was it just...
Well, why would you go to a movie theater during your hour? That's what I'm saying. I was so excited to see her address it. And then I watched it. And I'm like, well, now I feel empty because I'm more confused.
Right. I guess it's not for us to understand because she was cleared.
She was cleared. And I will say, like, for me, then it's like I just have to accept it. And they're,
Here's my flip side of that. The DCOs have like zero repercussions, from my understanding, if they fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, I've had one really weird DCO, and it was like, I wrote an email and was like, this is the strangest thing that's ever happened. And I like, what happens to them? This is life or death. Not life or death. It's your career for us, but like, I don't know. I just wonder
I think I might have gotten a DCO fired once.
Okay.
Because I updated that I was leaving for Europe, and they showed up at my house a couple hours after I left for the airport, and they marked it as a missed test, and they went to the next athlete's house and said, Kara Goucher just got a missed test.
Oh, no.
And that athlete was like, hey, just so you know, you just got a missed test. And I was like, no, I didn't. And I was able to show that it was electronic, but the time stamped. And then I was like, also, you don't get to talk about me.
Right.
This is all very, 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 very private.
Yeah.
And so I filed a complaint, and I'm pretty sure that person lost their job.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. Like,
yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. The person had looked the night before, and then I had switched it because you're allowed to.
Right.
And anyway.
So sorry. Interesting. Okay. Well, it's good to know there's some stuff.
But I mean, granted, let's be real. That was probably 2005 or 2006 when that happened.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know. A lot's changed since then. It's been almost 20 years, but DCOs, you can't talk about people.
No, you can't put all the stickers everywhere either. You have to put them on the right way. Like,
is that what you reported?
Dude, it was a nightmare. I had like the worst blood draw ever. She was like, this is not my forte. I'm like, oh, fuck. And then it was like,
you're like, I know I'm bleeding profusely all over the place.
Like, it was like, I think they get 2 pricks. I think she used them both. And then like this, like you could tell it was just like the first few times. And like she put all the stickers on. I was like, you can't know. Like, because, it was just, the wrong processes.
Not good.
Because if you wanted to peel those off, or you shred them,
Yes.
And there's just things that were wrong, and I sent an email.
Well, good. I'm glad you did.
Anyhow.
Okay. Well,
so things go wrong and people learn, but it is if we screw up, it's
your career could be over.
Up, maybe their career is over. But yeah.
Wow. Probably
not as public.
Not as public.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Okay. All right.
We got to talk about fields.
Are we 45 minutes in this podcast?
I don't know.
We have problems. Okay, should we start with Chicago?
We should start with Chicago.
Okay.
What are you excited about? They've came out a while ago. Have you looked at them?
I have it pulled up.
I was grabbing them. I was procrastinating.
Okay, well, I have it pulled up.
All right.
I am excited. Chicago women.
I was going to say we got very early update about Connor Mance, American record chase.
Yes.
That's
so we
exciting.
knew that a while ago. Mm-hmm. Seems like his prep is going really well.
Yeah.
And that's a loaded field. I mean, John Career won it last year and then won Boston this year. He's back. He's run 202.44, so he's not a slouch.
No.
And then there's a quite a few 203 guys, 204 guys. I mean, what do you think? Do you think Mance is just going to go with this front group of 5-6 men that have run 202 to 204 and just stick his nose in it?
I don't know. That's a great question. Are they going to bring in Mance pacers, set the American record bar, and just let him do his own thing? Or is he going to race? And if he does race, is that the group he's racing? Or is that risk blow up and thus not the American record and that's not his real goal? What do you think is more important?
I think for long-term legacy, a podium's more important. But I also think checking off that American record is big too. I think if I were him, he was fourth at Boston. I think I just think get the American record because it's the next logical step and it's going to get you in the top 5 or 6 for sure. And then who knows,
right.
If someone else is having a bad day or if the race is playing out or you're going way above what you thought, you could get yourself on that podium. I know that the ultimate goal for him is to win a major, but I think going for the American record in this situation really makes sense because it's okay, let's make yourself a 203, 204 guy. Mm-hmm. And now the next time, now you go and you try to win. What do you think?
I think that chasing the American record could allow him to bring back the guys you get in over their head.
Yeah.
I don't think it puts you in position to win, but I think you could sneak on the podium. I think it's fast enough that people might be too aggressive chasing the win. And then all of a sudden you're oh, I've clicked off 5th, 4th, and now you're fighting for that podium. So I think that's probably what I would do, but I also sort of hate it because you're well, you're pacing, you're not racing.
I know. You know what? It's blowing my mind right now. Connor Mance at 205.08 is seated 10th.
I know. But you know how that goes. 3 of those guys are going to be hurt. Right. 2 of them are going to
a couple guys aren't even going to start.
Yeah.
A couple guys are going to go out way too hard and blow up. And a couple guys are going to come in dinged up and all of a sudden it's a very different situation.
Right. So you look at that and you're well, I mean, I feel like he was seated 18th on the Boston list.
Yeah, true.
All right. Who else do we have?
I think it's interesting that Galen Rupp's in this field.
Mm-hmm.
He raced once this summer. He hasn't really been competitive for a little while. So,
I mean, his last marathon was the trials, right?
Yeah. Did he finish?
It was 2:16 or something.
Okay. So I mean, I don't know Galen. I used to a lifetime ago. He would never line up if he wasn't ready. So it makes me feel like maybe he's looking at the Masters record or there's something going on there.
Is he Masters yet?
Yeah, he's 40, right? Did he turn 40 this year?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm going to look it up. Keep talking.
But that would make sense. I mean, I think it's got to be something along those lines. I mean, he's probably
he's
not
39. Okay. So he's not a master. I lied. Okay, well, I don't know.
The 39-year-old record. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just I feel like I've had a good, healthy block. I want to see where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like at a certain point, you don't line up if you're not ready, but you got to find out where you're at and what's realistic. Is he going to be his old self? Probably not.
I don't think so. I think everybody ages and we've seen him aging and there's nothing wrong with that, by the way.
Right.
But I was like, wow, to see his name. I was like, wow, okay. I'm super, super excited to see what Casey Klinger does.
He's yeah, I'm really excited as well. He's my favorite for upset, which probably doesn't really count. But I think this is such a great field because you'll have Matt Rickman,
Oh
who
yeah.
ran fast in LA, Ryan Ford, who's run this will be his third marathon, ran 208 flat and bought. I mean, there's going to be these guys that are really the top contenders for the Olympic team, and this is the group. And yeah, you got to be thinking that Casey Klinger can mix it up with them. He's just a competitor.
So he's it's his debut, but we know that he trains with Connor
and
and
Clayton.
Clayton. And we know that he didn't want to go to the track. He wanted to go pro and immediately go to the road. So do we still treat it like a debut and say, hey, take the pressure off, let this kid just run? Or are we like, ooh, what's he going to do? What's he going to do?
I think both. I mean, I think debuts, you just don't know what you're going to get. Like they could go crazy wrong because it's a totally new, different distance, totally new event. But he's clearly with a group that knows how to do it. I think that Ice Stone has had folks run marathons in college, like maybe later in their career, and just test it out and see what happens. I don't think he's going to be doing that, but I think he has a wealth of experience around him and is going to be a little bit more prepared than a typical person debuting just because of that experience.
Yeah, I agree with
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I'm excited to see Matt Reichman.
Yeah, I am too.
207.56 at LA, which is a hilly course, and he was way out in front.
Yeah.
Like, what does he do when he has people around him and it's flat? I'm excited to see what that looks like.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I feel like before LA, it was pretty quiet. There wasn't a ton of expectations. I think that he's stopped posting training on Strava. I think there's a new level of expectation for this guy.
Yeah.
You're going to go in, you're going to be at a World Marathon Major. There's going to be a press conference. There's going to be expectations, and there's a really good field. There's a really good American field. But he's obviously incredibly talented, and it seems like he kind of just does his own thing. So
yeah, I know.
It'll be fun to see what he does.
And of course, seeing CJ bounce back from world champs. I mean, that's not new for CJ.
What do you think of that?
I think it's CJ. I just think that's CJ's way. Sometimes I think CJ's run 208 low. Like, what if he just did one? But I don't know. You have to know your athlete. I think he coaches himself anyway. Doesn't he coach himself?
Yeah, I think so.
And he sort of thrives off of that, always being ready. He reminds me of Shalane a little bit in that way. He doesn't have like these big peaks and valleys in his training as year in seasons. It's kind of just like he's always kind of right there. Sometimes I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be interesting if you just went all in on one marathon? But maybe he would do too much.
Yeah. I think it might be a turning point where if Rickman and Ford and Casey Klinger and Connor and all of these people have that breakthrough that seems like they're ready for, I think running back to back at 209 is cool, but you might have to start focusing a little bit more.
Do you think this could be the shift in Americans men's marathoning? We see the women. We had two American women run under 220 in the last few years with D'Amato and Sisson.
Yeah.
And the men, it seems like there hasn't been a lot of progress. I mean, there has, but you know what I'm talking about. Just like with super shoes and all that stuff, we've kind of been stuck at this 209, 208. We saw Clayton and Connor kind of finally break through that. I mean, obviously Connor ran 205 in Boston, but do you think this is the moment where it officially shifts for the American men?
Yes, I think that it has to be. It's just wild because I think with the super shoes, it's not a crazy fast time. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you should be there. You should be running at least 208, 207.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's time. I think it's the right people. I also think that there's this new mentality of like, I don't care about those barriers. I'm just going to go out and run as fast. I'm not afraid. Like, I feel like that's what's exciting about Rickman. It's like, he just went and ran to win in LA and it was like, oh, that's a fast time. And everyone looks around and is like, who the fuck's this guy? It's like, well, I should be able to do that. And it's he's super talented, but it's also like, what has he done that I can't do? And so hopefully the mental shift.
It takes like that kind of a person to do well. And then people are like, wait, what? I can do that.
I feel like that was me. Like I ran, not under just 230, but like broke 228. And people were like, who the fuck is that? Like, oh, this barrier's kind of silly. Yeah, like more people should be able to do this.
I don't know. You're pretty fucking good. Okay, should we talk about the women?
We should, because we got to keep the ball moving on this thing.
Good grief. Okay, well, this is an interesting field up front. It's I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it's not as crazy fast as some of the other marathons out there, because the fastest person is Almu with a 2:16:34, which I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's reasonable.
Meh. Meh, kind of bored.
I mean, okay, you do you. So I am excited to see Dakota Popane in this. I think she's ready for another good one. She just ran a huge PR in the half this weekend. Gabby Rooker is like, I know that the talent is in there. She just needs to like have it all line up and like be mentally ready for it. She's in here. Lindsay Flanagan.
Sleeper pick. She's so good. Never gets talked about. Like, can't wait to see what she can do.
And Natasha Rogers, right? This will be her. So she ran the trials.
Third.
And then she ran another marathon.
It was overseas in Japan. I think she ran like Nagoya or something. And it was just like under the radar, quiet, just want to do this, find out if I can be a marathoner, and then crushed it. So this is like a bigger stage. And again, it's just the same thing where the expectations are different. World Marathon Majors, you have the brand stuff, you have press conference, and does that moment get to you? But I feel like it's such a big one. And because it's a mixed field of men and women, it's a little easier to just be like, okay, I'm going to blend in and do my thing and turn off all of the pre-race stuff and just go race like I know how. So I think that'll be a positive for her.
Yeah, I do too. It'll be good. It's going to be a good race.
Emily Venter's debut will be interesting as well.
I agree.
Training with Ed's group and doing a lot of running with Kira D'Amato right now. So I think, again, like tapping into that knowledge, huge.
So our buddy Todd, who goes out on their long runs and gives them water and stuff, he's always posting, and she looks cool as a cucumber in every single video. She is just running with Kira D'Amato like there's not a care in the world. She's so calm. She has really good form. So I don't want to put a bunch of pressure on her, but she just looks like someone who is like born to run the marathon. Super efficient, looks really comfortable out there, No pressure, Emily, but knock it out of the park for me.
And Taye is a debut as well, debutante.
That'll be interesting because
what do you think?
We're so used to seeing her on the track, right? Like she runs the 5 a lot and the 10 here and there. And like she is one of the best 5,000 meter runners in the world and 10,000 meter runners in the world. And listen, like I went from the 5 and the 10 to the marathon, but it's not always an automatic. But then I'm like, well, the game is different. Safan Hassan, like just stepped in and won Chicago, I think, in her debut, right?
I feel like it's so much closer than ever before. Like I feel like the marathon runs more like a 30K now.
Yeah.
Where the fueling isn't as necessary, going out too hard, it doesn't bite you in the ass as much. Like you don't see people absolutely blow up the way you used to.
Yeah.
Of course, that could happen, and then you could be like, "Yes, it's the same." But like, it was like respect the distance, and now it's like, fuck it.
Right, and now it's like
it's a 30K.
Full send.
Exactly.
I am excited to see how Taye runs it because she typically is up front, and in the marathon, that you don't have to be up front the whole time. She's typically like the workhorse a lot in a lot of these track races, so that'll be interesting to see if she puts herself like right in the front or if she sits at the back of the pack.
And I think this is without Chepengitic, who is obviously a defending champ. You would typically bring her back, blah, blah, blah. But like the race dynamics for the last few years have
been bonkers.
Yeah. Like this isn't a knock on anyone, but you'd be like, oh, well, like I would have finished wherever. And like, yes, but also the race changes dramatically when everyone else goes out under 5-minute pace for the first 10K.
Right.
And then it kind of contradicts exactly what I said, where like you don't blow up as much, but when you go out sub 5, it tends to catch up with you. So this will, I think, brings everyone back together a little bit. We'll see what the pace situation is, but I mean, 216 is not sub 210. Like bringing everyone out through the half in like 104 is going to cause some blowups.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
feels like it might run
this
a
is
bit
going to
more
run
competitively in the front. Yeah.
I wonder what the pace will be at. It won't be crazy. It'll probably be at around 216 or 217, which is
so crazy. But
actually, I'm annoyed that I just said that. But this day and age, it's not that insane.
Yeah.
All right, New York.
All right, let's go.
Should we start with the men?
Sure.
Do you have them pulled up?
Nope. I sure don't.
Okay, I do. Benson Kipruto has the fastest time, 2:02.16. Evans Jabet is back, which I'm excited about. He's always such a good racer. Abdi Nagaye is in here. He's an Olympic medalist, and he was. Did he win New York last year? I feel like he did.
I don't know. I should
Oh my
know.
God,
that,
I should know this. No, you were racing. I was actually calling it. I should know that.
This is a broad overview. You don't have to get into the details. We were just going to do the Americans. So.
Okay, yeah, we were just going to do the Americans. So in this one, for Americans, we have Colin Benny.
Okay.
Reed Fisher.
Coming
Joel
back
Reichow, who won Grandma's. Yeah, Reed is coming back, but he has a little bit more time than CJ.
Sure.
Who else do you see in here? That's interesting. I like seeing Joel Reichow in here. He has won Grandma's this year. I'm really interested. There's a lot of debuts, American debuts here.
I mean, Bias and Boss says 2:06.53. I think in Valencia. What does that look like on a tougher course? Will be interesting. The Puma crew has been running so well. Alex Mayer?
I don't know, but yeah, let's just go with whatever you want to say. He surprised me. He's like had such a good season on the roads, and was that his first marathon when he ran 2:08.33 this year?
I think so.
Yeah, so I just feel like he's super young at the distance, and I'm going to be honest, he kind of burst on the scene this year, and I didn't know who it was. Did he win the half marathon champs?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like him and Taylor Rowe just like off,
they were like, oh hi, we're from Puma Elite.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what he does. He could end up being real good.
Yeah, so those are interesting. I mean, I think the Joe Klecker debut is on everyone's mind. And Charles Hicks running debut as well. Wasn't he running for the UK, or did I make that up?
No, I feel like he was.
Yeah. So
Hillary Bohr's debuting too. Steeplechase. Super consistent steeplechaser who's decided to move to the roads after he broke his foot. He was telling me he can't run on the track anymore. So I'm excited to see his transition. He's done pretty well. He was in the top 3, I believe, at the US Half Marathon Champs.
Who do you like for top American?
I don't know if I don't think it's going to be one of the debuts.
I think it'll be Alex.
I was going to say that too. My gut says he's learning a lot, and I think it's going to be good for him to be surrounded by other people. I do think Simbasa is going to be good.
Yeah.
I don't think that the hills are going to make him not matter. I just think Alex is kind of on this tear. I think
Bio will be a little too racy too soon.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Yeah. I can see that.
Joe Klecker over or under 2:12? On New York course. I don't think that's mean.
If you say over. Yes, you are.
I feel like that 2:11. It's a terribly hard course.
I'm not going to do Joe dirty like that.
Okay.
I'm going to say that Joe obviously comes from like great lineage, and he's made an Olympic team. He's made a couple world champs teams, I think. The transition to the roads hasn't been as smooth for him. You know, we were expecting this big showdown between him and Connor Mantz at the very beginning of the year in Houston, and he wasn't in the picture. And, you know, his half marathon US champs, it's not that he's bad, don't get me wrong, but it hasn't been this, like, sometimes you see, this is what I was talking about with Ty. Sometimes you see these people just make this easy transition. It was like, oh, there we go. Sometimes I want Joe to just like get out of his own head and just go run. Like, this has been the longest build up to a marathon. You know, he switched in the fall, said, I'm going to focus on the roads. And now it's a year later. And I'm almost like, this has been overthought. You just need to get out there and run it. I did
So
see on
over
his
under
Instagram.
211.
What did Dathan run in his first New York?
I want to say like 213.
He blew up. Yeah, he blew up with
212.
like 6 miles to go or something. But that was a
he
different
ran
era.
really, really well, and then the marathon got him. I think for a starting point on the New York course, 211 would be great.
I agree. I did have to laugh because I saw he was doing something with one of his sponsors, and they were like, "Give us your tips for the marathon." And he was giving tips.
I have none. Oh,
I was like, "You guys, ask him this in November." He hasn't. I mean, I'm sure he's covered the distance in practice, knowing Dathan, but I'm like, ask him when he's like officially done this. I don't know. The fact that he's so all in on it makes me feel like there's something they're seeing in practice.
Yeah. Let's wait on that. We'll pick the right number, the right over under.
You think it's going to be over 211?
I'm asking you, over or under.
You want me to be?
But you don't know. We'll pick the right number. It's too early to do that.
I know. Maybe he'll have another prep race. But prep races are hard because you never know if they're training through it or if they're rested for it. But at this point, I don't see anyone really resting for a half.
Never know.
Because you never know.
Confidence. Who knows?
If I was just basing it on his road racing this year, I'd say somewhere around 211. But I feel like there's something there that we're not seeing.
So you're saying under is what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing is under. Okay.
What I'm hearing, but not based on the results I've seen. The results I've seen say over.
But you're going with the heart.
But I'm still going under because I feel like there's something there. He's training hard. He seems really passionate about being a marathoner.
Okay.
And he's from Minnesota.
When we get closer, maybe we'll shift the bar. Maybe I'll be like over under 210. And
all right. That'll be harder for me for sure. Okay.
Okay. Let's go to the women.
Oh, good Lord. Okay. This is going to be a killer race up front.
It looks really familiar.
Yep.
Like rematch of Boston, rematch of New York last year.
I'm just laughing because it's like Sharon Lokedi, PR 2:17:22. Sheila Chepkarui, PR 2:17:29. Helen O'Beary, PR 2:17:41. All of those were done on a hard course. Correct?
Yeah, right.
And then
I believe so.
And then Gebre Selassie at 2:18:11. And then Emily Sisson at 2:18:23, who's our national record holder, who did that in Chicago. Like these women in the front are just crazy. We haven't seen them rip a fast, flat marathon. So these times are deceiving, you know?
Yeah.
It's like everyone else's PR on here is from a flat, pancake, fast course, except for them.
Right. Typically you see this list out and you come out and you're like, okay, London,
yes,
Rotterdam.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, we'll add 3 minutes.
Yep. Yeah.
But
no. These were done at Boston. So I think it's going to be interesting. Like before we get to the American specific storylines, I love seeing Vivian Chariot in here. I cannot believe she's still running. I raced against her on the track. It blows my mind. She was world champion and Olympic champion when I was racing against her in Beijing. She won the 10,000. No, she didn't win it in 10,000. She also won it in Rio. But it's just like crazy that she's still racing at this level. She is a master. It's crazy. Edna Kiplagat is in here. Again, she is 45.
Yeah.
Or 46. It's like, come on. It's crazy. I love seeing their names. I love seeing that they're still racing. And I'm excited to see Ailish. Is it Ailish or Eilish? Ailish McColgan. Her mom, obviously a mega star, and she debuted in London this year at 2:24:25, and now she comes to New York. I'm excited to see how she handles the hills.
I was going to say that's a big change.
Big change. Huge change. And I thought she was going to go a little faster in London, but I'm excited to see her back on the horse. And then the other name I just have to say is Jess Judd, who came out to run Save the 10,000, is debuting in New York. That girl is as tough as they come. But as far as American storylines, this is the story of all the 4 things. It's just Emily Sisson back after being injured and like a little burnt out, back running New York for the first time. I cannot wait to see what she does. She's been on a tear this year, like just casually running a 5K under 15 minutes on the roads.
Pretty quiet too,
super casual, but an assassin every time she goes in.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
you sort of forget how fucking good she is.
She is so good. She's one of those people that like was super good in high school, super good in college, like just a pure talent who embraces the work. And so she was gone for a little while, but she's been like posting these results this summer, like you said, under the radar, but like just super good results.
Bizarre that they're under the radar. Yeah. But I think it's by design, right? She's just like, I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to like have fun with this, enjoy it. I'm living overseas now.
Yep.
So I jump in the races that I can and just casually blast a crazy time that
this could be really amazing for about. Her.
I'm excited to see her on a tough course. I think that there's like this mental fear of it for some reason, but I think the fact that she's in this field is like, okay, I'm ready to conquer that. And I think not living in Phoenix is getting her off of her traditional routes of like, oh, like the Marathon Project loop. Right. I can do my tempos on this fucking pancake flat nonsense.
Right.
And she's probably doing some stuff a little bit differently to get ready for this course. So I think it shouldn't be a mental barrier for her to come out here and run really well on a tough course.
I'm pumped for her.
Yeah.
And then it's just stacked with American women. Sarah Hall, I don't know what number of marathon this will be for her, but
yeah,
the woman is always out there. Susanna Sullivan coming back from World Champs. The next name, you say it.
Fiona O'Keefe is back.
She's ready. Only be her second marathon.
I know, that's terrifying. I mean, DNF, third marathon, but yeah. You come off that experience, it's like, I got something to prove.
Yep. And she paced one of her teammates through almost, I want to say like 30 or 35K of a marathon earlier this year.
Right.
At like 2:23 pace, looking easy.
They've managed this comeback really well, I think.
Yeah.
Like it's been a little like Sisson, where it's been really quiet, but really good. Like her New York half was phenomenal.
Yes.
Her she ran the mini 10K, right?
Yep.
Really good.
Really good.
So yeah, I mean, I think staying healthy is always the hard part, like when you start logging the big miles and doing all the work. But if you want to have the big race, you sort of risk. I don't know what you do here. Like maybe you don't risk. It's not the Olympics. It's like, hey, just have a stepping stone.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't risk a lot. Yeah. I mean, you have to risk enough to get in shape to face these people, right? Like otherwise there's no point. But she ran her first marathon, won the Olympic trials, ran 2:22 on a sweltering hot day. Knows she's good. Right. You know? Now she's coming back from a pretty serious injury. I'd be like, but I don't know that you can hold her back.
I know.
You know,
that's the hard part.
Yeah, I don't know that she's the type of athlete you can say, just go in there and shoot for tops 8. I don't think she's wired that way.
Well, I think it's going to be how the race plays out too, because who's really motivated to run hard on the New York course? No one's going for the course record.
No.
It's like, it's going to be the last 6 miles. They're just going to like turn it on. And
good
if
point.
She's there, she can respond.
Great point. Okay, another big comeback.
Molly Seidel. Welcome back.
What's crazy is like a couple of weeks ago, we were like, is she a trail runner now? Like, what's going on with her? And then like literally the next day we saw her on the start list. We're like, never mind. She's coming to New York.
What do we know? Yeah. American course record holder there. Yeah. So she can run on the course just fine, can manage the hills.
Yep.
Big group of American athletes to run with. Like, is she looking at top American, or is she looking to just test the waters and see where she's at? Or is this like, hey, maybe I can podium?
Well, she's been pretty quiet, so I don't know. But again, she strikes me as the type of athlete that doesn't just show up to collect a paycheck. She's kind of like all in.
Right.
Yeah. Fastest American ever in New York. So she knows how to run it. I watched her break my time.
I just feel like there's going to be a massive group at like mile 23.
Yeah. I agree. Sarah Vaughn, top American last year.
Mm-hmm. Annie Frisbee, one of the top Americans in Boston. She was second to Jess, but really like swung.
I think Annie Frisbee is at a new level.
I think so too.
I talked to her a little bit this summer, and I just feel like, just like you were saying earlier about Matt, right? Rickman?
Yeah.
Rickman?
I think.
Like running fast and then people being like, what? I think that she has trained with Dakota for a long time. She's seen Dakota's rise. And I think it kind of lit this thing in her like, well, why not me? I train with Dakota. I do everything with Dakota. And I feel like she really took a big swing in Boston. It paid off. She ran a personal best. She was, I don't remember what place she was. Did you say? She was up.
Maybe.
Yeah. And I think that has just lit her. I just feel like she's racing a little bit more aggressively. I could see her doing really well here. at least taking a risk. Like this is a time, we're like, does Fiona need to take a risk? She really doesn't. She kind of just needs to get back into it. This is a time where if I'm Annie's coach, I'm like, we go for it.
Yeah.
You're on the upswing. Let's just see.
She did in Boston. It didn't like blow up in her face.
No,
now it's like stick it a few more miles. Stick it a few more miles. Like you're making like tweaks at this. So it's a swing, but it's not like she's done it before. Yeah. So she should have some confidence in that. I could see her being the top American here. I mean, I think she debuted in New York in 2:26. Like it was pretty.
You think
wild.
She's going to beat Sisson?
Maybe. Depends on how the race shakes out. Like
yeah. I'm excited for her. I really feel like sometimes you need someone close to you to accomplish big things before you realize how close it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Dakota did for her. It's like I train day in, day out with Dakota. I do all my runs with her, and she made that next leap. Like sometimes you just need someone really close to you to make that leap till you go, it's not that scary. I can do that.
What's so funny is I feel like that was Annie, and then Dakota saw it and made the leap. And now it's like, oh, like, so they're just playing off of each other.
Yeah.
And it's fun to watch. I mean, I feel like they genuinely get along. Like
they
they're
love
rooting
each other.
For each other.
They couldn't come to save the 10,000 because they were partying in Mexico together.
Well,
I love their friendship.
That's not cool, but set
they
down
were
the
like,
margs
we
and
would
race
totally
a 10.
Come, but we're going with her. They were going with their partners, and that's fine.
No, that's cool. Fine.
Love their relationship. That'll be good. And then
I think the debut.
Yes.
Amanda Vestry debut will be crazy interesting.
She's proven to be an excellent half marathoner.
Yeah. And so, I think the Zap crew has been looking really great in the marathon. I think we saw Ryan Ford run well. We saw Tristan Colley now. Andrew, like they just have it pretty dialed there.
Yeah.
So I think she's in great hands, and we'll learn a lot from her teammates. And she's got to be super hungry. I know how important making the world half team was to her. She got it done. And then the opportunity is like, oh, no, sorry.
Yeah.
So
right. She should be running the World Half Marathon Championships, not this marathon. Right? Potentially.
She's going to be pretty hungry.
Yeah. I think she's one of those people, like whenever I listen to her interviews, she's just so willing to do whatever. Like she's willing to put in all the work. She wants it so bad. And so I think this has been up there for a while of something she's really wanted to try to conquer. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be good. I can't wait.
I was honestly surprised that Wayne Colati was not in this field.
I was too. I thought for sure she was going to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was surprising.
What do we know? She ran 14:33 or 14:37 or something, or 30. I don't know. She ran 14:30 something this past weekend in Europe.
Yeah. Well, so it doesn't take away from the field. It's very good.
No, it's awesome. This American storyline is fascinating because like you said, we have the American record holder. We have potentially the next generation with Fiona. There's just a lot going on here. I'm excited to see it.
It'll be great. I bought a bib the other day, so I might be on course. I did.
You did not.
I might be on the course. We'll see. Could just be burning money. TBD. Let you know.
Okay. I need you guys to write in. Should Des Linden be buying a New York City Marathon bib? No.
I'm sure I could talk to some people, but
someone is going to come back and say this is me being elitist. But think of what Des Linden has done for that marathon, the amount of time she's run it, the amount of time she's gone back and elevated it, been in that elite field, been in the top 5. How many times? 2 or 3 times? Okay, a lot.
I will keep my number private so that you can't track it.
Somebody reimburse her. It's just
Brix is paying for it.
It's like if Boston charged you to race there.
Yeah.
It feels similar. It just feels similar. Like these are 2 races that you love and I would be like, if New York tried to charge me, I'd be like, what? The second fastest American there. I know I'm going to run 4 hours, but
not even worried about it. Brix is paying for it. I'm going to take all day. I'm going to enjoy the amenities. I'm going to hit the tables. I'll be running with Anthony. Better not take all day. So, but it'll be fun. I did buy a bib. I got a bib. We'll see what happens. Brooks is paying for it because they're a great sponsor of the pod.
All right. Thanks, Brooks. Thanks, Brooks.
Yeah. But these fields are awesome. I'll be on course watching them go by. Shoo, shoo, shoo. like that.
Okay.
And
You're a nerd.
do you have a duty out in New York yet? Anything locked in?
I've been asked to be on the world feed, and I said yes.
Ooh.
However, I have not gotten
Depends.
confirmation that they're fine with me coming in that night because
Okay.
Colt is running the state meet that morning. Hopefully, knock on wood, he won't qualify on his own, but his team is looking like a good shot of qualifying.
Yeah.
And so I'm not missing that. And so as long as they're fine with me rolling in at night, which I told them, and it seemed like they were fine with that. But until I get the absolute confirmation of like, yeah, you can show up at 10 and no one cares. Yeah. But I would love to call it. I'm hoping to call it with Paul, and I've been asked to call it. And my answer is yes, of course. Just I can't be there for like a 6:00 meeting.
Right.
So
you can do that over Zoom or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be on all the calls beforehand, and I've seen a lot of production trucks. I know what they look like inside.
Like, you know where it's at.
Paul will walk me over in the morning.
Not your first rodeo.
Not my first rodeo. So most likely, yes, I just haven't signed the contract yet because I want it spelled out that I can come in late.
Yeah, that's fair. Makes sense. Okay, let's do a top 5 and wrap this shit up.
Oh, good God.
I mean, we could cut it out.
No, let's end with the top 5.
All right.
Okay. This was something I'm going to go. We were going to talk about this and we didn't. Foot Locker.
Oh,
being canceled.
I knew that was one more thing.
I know. I forgot. But I'm going to say, everybody, hold on to your hats. I am not one of them, but there are people fighting for it. And I'm hopeful that it's going to stick around. And that's one of my top 5s is that there are people fighting for it.
That's good. I like that.
Okay.
I got nothing. I just feel like I'm going to go with a little bit of cooler weather. I mean, I love summer. It's great, but we've had like a little break and it feels fallish, which is a little annoying, but it's great for running. And I know it's only temporary. We're going to get like the heat's coming back, but like the little taste of it's nice. I'm not ready for pumpkin spice anything yet.
Oh God.
But
are you a pumpkin spice person?
No.
Do you ever put flavor in your coffee?
No.
Even if it was like would you ever drink a fufu iced coffee?
Yeah. I'm not against it. I think like if it makes your experience better, have it. I just like good coffee that stands out on its own.
Okay. All right.
But there's a place for it. Yeah.
Okay. This should really be my last one, but I'm just going to say Bryce and Madison's wedding. So happy for those two. Love their wedding. It was so unique. It makes me want to do over. Love the one-eyed owl and the bald eagle, but really just loved them. Great wedding. Tip of the hat. You guys are awesome. Loved it.
Love it. Okay. Well, I'm going to give a nod to the ultra people. I know we shit on them.
We're going to get so much hate.
They're like, excuse me? But I'm putting together my 50-mile schedule and I look at it and I think this will probably get a lot of hate too, but I just think of that Trump meme. Well, it wasn't a meme, it was a real thing. It was like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And that's me putting together my schedule. And I like look at it and I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? So I've passed it off to a handful of people all in the ultra space, and they've all been really kind to take a look and give feedback.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we're working on it. It's taking shape, but yeah.
That's awesome.
So there's some good ones out there. There's probably really mostly good ones.
Mostly good, I'm telling you. It's 99% awesome. And then there's always dicks everywhere.
You don't know what the fuck you're doing.
On that theme, I'm going to say
a soundbite. We should get that plugged in.
That you don't know what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a
Chris, clip that.
Notes.
On the ultra theme, I'm going to go with I got to hang out with Bob Becker a little bit this weekend, who is Adam's mom's brother, his uncle, who is a legend who ran Badwater this year under the cutoff time, the new shorter cutoff time at age 80.
Wild.
He's such a badass, and it was so fun to talk with him and hang out. And he's super excited about your debut, Des. He's like,
does he want to see my schedule?
He would do anything to help you out, but he is like one of the nicest guys. He's so pumped that you're entering the ultra space, and it was so fun to hang out with him. And it just reminds me of like, he started running in his 50s, and then he just started getting into it. He's run across the Sahara Desert. He's done Badwater back to back with Mount Whitney. He's the oldest person to ever do that. He's just it just made me realize, like, when I'm like, oh, my knee hurts. I'm kind of like, shut up, Kara. He's 80, running 135 miles. So
yeah, but your knee genuinely hurts. Like
it does. But
I see
still,
it, and I'm like, that hurts her.
It definitely hurts.
Don't
But
make her
it was
walk.
yeah. But it was super cool to be around him, and I haven't seen him in a while, and it's pretty wild that Adam's relayed. That's his uncle. Like,
yeah, it's cool.
Pretty cool. Those Goucher running genes, very different.
Yeah.
Adam was short and fast, and his uncle can run forever, but the running genes are there.
Colts, you're in good hands.
Yeah.
All right. Way to rally. That was a non-sponsored one because I didn't think it was going to be that good, to be honest. But I feel like we really pulled that shit together.
Yeah, we did.
Bravo. What a show. Until next time.